Welcome to today's show. It is post July 4th, so you know what that means. It's time for you to start conditioning for bow hunting. Start now in the heat of the summer and you'll be in good shape come the first of season. Now, that being said, we've got a little something to cook today, and as we do this, you need to clear your kitchen. Clear your kitchen of your significant other. And being summer, a lot of times ladies are worried about the calories, and a lot of ladies don't drink beer. They're not into the wine cooler thing. We've run through that. Zima has gone out of the marketplace. So you're looking for a little something maybe a little bit different to show your imagination, show that you're into the kind of something new, something different. And in this case, everything old is new again. So I'm going to show you an adult beverage, of course. I live a peerless life of exemplary behavior. Start out with a little simple glass, and we're going to take a 5-to-1 mixture of, this is some sort of raspberry flavored low alcohol liqueur. We're going to take, I don't know, that's maybe 2 teaspoons of a fat-free coffee type of creamer. That is vanilla flavor in the French style. And we're going to take a pure potato based adult beverage. It's pure potato only. It's a good quality. And we're going to put in about, I don't know, an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half. And then we're going to add a diet cream soda. So we have fat-free, sugar-free. Now there is a little bit of sugar in that raspberry liqueur, and there you have something that, that's awful, that's terrible, terrible, terrible. I don't know how people drink that sort of thing. Of course, I try to stay away from it. Lips that touch liquor never touch mine, but you might find you can adjust your ratios. 5-to-1 is the thing we're striving for. A little bit of vanilla cream, cream soda, a raspberry liqueur, and a potato-based adult beverage. Give it to her, tell her to get out of your kitchen. We got work to do. Now, I'm going to attempt for you a variation on what most people would probably recognize as Iranian rice. A friend of mine his parents are Turkish, Azerbaijani, and it is his version of Persian rice, Turkish rice, and I've not done it quite the way his beloved makes this, so it's going to be a little bit of an experiment. And you know what they say, always work with children, animals, and recipes for the first time on camera. So we're going to get right to that. It should be fun, one way or the other. It ought to be fun. Now what we're doing is I've taken an ample amount of water, and I've taken the basmati rice. I'm just trying to wash that little starch off, that a little bit of dust. And we're going to do this a couple of times, kind of clean up the rice. Well, I'm going to call this good enough government. And I'm going to add a little water, and let's put it over on the boil. Now, the exact amount of water is not all that critical, because we're going to drain this off at about 60-80%, something like that. And while we wait to get it to come up to a boil, I guess we'll add a little bit of salt. Now as it comes up to temperature, I'm going to take a little bit of saffron. Saffron doesn't grow just anywhere in the world, so it kind of adds, I think, to its rarity a little bit. This looks like it is about right. Close but not done. I'll take this off and drain it, and we're going to drain the water off, and I'm going to separate the rice into 2 bowls. I have a common tortilla, and I'm going to spray the bottom of the pot, the sides of the pot, and this is with an olive oil cooking spray. And then we're going to put that in the bottom, and then we're going to separate the rice. Now I have the tortilla in the bottom, a mixing bowl, and the rice separated out into 2 pieces. Taking a medium egg, or a small egg will do, the whole egg. Take a whisk. Take a splash of olive oil. I'm going to take about 1/3 or so of that rice. I'm going to put it in the egg. Grab me a spoon. Trying to keep my bald noggin out of the picture. I'm trying to gently roll this because I don't want to break the rice. See how long that basmati rice is? I'm going to try to coat this. Now, instead of a tortilla, some people will use, I don't know, potatoes or carrots or whatever they might want to put in there. And the whole point of that is to get the rice to easily release. Now, we've sprayed the sides of the pot, and we have oil to help crisp, and the egg as a binder to help hold our gazmach together. And I'd say that's coated. I don't want to break it too much like a biscuit. You can overwork it. So like phyllo dough, you can overdo that. And I'm not packing this rice particularly tight. I want the rice to breathe a little bit. And if all goes well, it'll come out. And if it feels too loose when we're done, we'll go from there. Now we take a clean towel. I need to turn that heat up a little bit. And we're going to let this sit for a little less than an hour perhaps, because I've switched eyes on the stove and the pan has cooled down. I want to keep purpose of the towel is to suck up the stray moisture that's going to come up off that pot. So that is the big part, how to make the Turkish rice, or the Iranian or Persian rice, however you're going to call it. Okay, I have given it plenty long, I think. Still see a little steam. I see the rice is beginning to curl a little bit. Looks, when it's done, it's nice and fluffy. You can take a cake thing, you go around the edge, make sure it's going to release on you. It doesn't feel like it's stuck. which may mean we're going to have a big pile. And as I said, some people will take the rice out by spoon, shape it, and then fold up the gazmak on top. And I think what I'm going to try to do is take this over to the table or kitchen counter and put the plate on it and flip it, and then we'll just shape the rice up underneath it. And hopefully it'll be nice and crispy without being burned or anything like that. Disastrous. How about that? And that is the Turkish rice as modified. The little procedure is given to me by a friend of mine at work. And you see the tortilla gave it a nice crust, released well. You see kind of the traditional gazmak or takdik. I don't know the Persian version as well. Around the edge, had a nice form, it stands up. That's it. Now we finished up the Turkish, Persian, Iranian rice, and it turned out fairly well, I think, to be the first time in that particular variation. Now the next dish is going to be compliments of a very beautiful person who showed me that you can actually make kale edible. I tried it as a salad and was not impressed, but if you put enough salad dressing on top of the kale greens, I actually managed to get them down. That sort of began to defeat the whole purpose of trying to eat the stuff anyway. But if you're not familiar with kale, there's a big craze on. All the leading tree huggers and health nutters are all into this stuff. It's a leafy green vegetable type thing. What we're going to do to it is we're going to put it in a pan with some other stuff and come out with kind of a heated dish. It's actually very good. Now I'm going to hollow it up a little bit so that us killers and chillers, us hunter types, can manage to get it down. And in fact, that's the way it was introduced to me, because I'm sure my teacher, my professor, she was adapting and overcoming to introduce me to this particular thing. Because sometimes we can be a little bit resistant to new things, shall we say. So it actually turned out really well. Well enough, I think I'm going to share it with you guys. Because we need to be, we're getting to the age, most of us hunters out there, we tend to be a dying breed. We need to be concerned about our health. And I'm working on mine, and you don't have to, but remember, if you're not, you're cutting the odds down in my favor. And long after you're gone, and I'm rolling around the old folks' home, I'll be taking care of business. So I'll see you in a little bit. Now, here are the base ingredients. I mean, this is, you just get a bag of kale. That's what it looks like. It looks like turnip grain, radish grain, kind of green, collard green, except it says kale, so it's no big deal. I do have a little bacon. I might use just one tiny little piece just to give me a little bacon grease where I could use the jar, but I don't want you to know that I actually save all the bacon grease, so I'll just maybe use one piece. This is the chorizo. It's a Spanish sausage. It's got a little tartness to it, and I'll use that. And as I taste it, I might use a little bit of the lemon to adjust it, to give it kind of a little bit of a bite to it. Got an old piece of smoked mild Italian sausage I found while digging for the bacon in there. I need to get rid of it. I may chop it up in there, quarter it, and slice it, throw that in there too. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna holler it up for you, so we're in good shape. Now, a little bit of red pepper, and it's not no big deal. That's just those little baby red peppers. And onion, we'll put onion in there, about 4 cloves of garlic. The little red, these are little hot peppers from last year. I didn't put any out this year. And this is a garden salsa. Normally I would use a jalapeno, with an H. Little word of advice: if you're doing shopping with a skinny little woman with low blood sugar and she's hungry, don't pull that joke with her, because she got no sense of humor. Especially if she's in the self-checkout line looking for the jalapeno with an H, or the habanero with a J, because apparently it's just not funny. So we're just going to cut this stuff up, and we'll start with the browning the chorizo. I'll probably use, I don't know, I got so much meat, I'll probably use a third of that. I don't want to get it too greasy. And we need a little bit of fat in the bottom as we kind of braise up the grains. Well, we've got good audio on the sizzle. Let me find flat blade here. I don't know that we necessarily need the leftover smoked sausage, but we have it. In fact, we may end up with a little too much meat. I just may do that whole bag. Now we're just browning this chorizo and the bacon and getting our fat liberated. And I think it's time to put the onion in. I didn't use all of the onion. It looks like an awful lot once I got it chopped up. Use as much as you want. It's your kitchen. Now chorizo is Spanish, or not necessarily Mexican, Spanish sausage. And they have like chili powder in it, got cumin, the cumin spice. It's a sour sausage. And we get this mixing in here. Add a little olive oil, I think. There we go. Wait till our onion starts to soften, then we add the, I guess we maybe go ahead and add the garlic. Maybe a little early for it. You can add the other. I just don't want to add them too soon that they wilt. I want them to be a little bit of color in there. Well, I put about 2/3 of that bag in there. I think that'll do. Try to cover, keep some of that steam in there. Okay, I'm going to take the lid off. We'll add a little salt and juice of half a lemon. The chorizo help, but still needs a little bit, I think, of the lemon juice. And let's look at the color. See what it looks like. We got some meat to counteract the veg heads. And we're just about as soft as we need to be. We can be a little softer if you like, but still have form, still have texture. The red showing through there. That's just red and gray. It's almost like Christmas.